Solving equations with variables on both sides. So let's take a look at our first example, which is 5x plus 1 equals 10x plus 6. You'll notice here we've got our 5x on the left and our 10x on the right. I'm talking in terms of our equal sign. So if we want to solve this, we have to move our 5x over to the other side. And we still do that with opposite operations. I have a positive 5x, so I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to subtract my 5x from both sides. So on the left, that's going to cancel. It's just going to leave me with 1. On the right, I've got 10x minus 5x gives me 5x plus 6. So my new equation is 1 equals 5x plus 6. It's just a two-step equation. When I get rid of my plus 6, I'm going to do that with opposite operations. Let me go ahead and draw my line of symmetry for you guys. So I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides. And then I have my negative 5 equals 5x. Because over here it canceled. 1 minus 6 gave me negative 5. My 5 and my x, they're really multiplying. So I'm going to undo my multiplication with division. And I have negative 1 equals x. So we always want to check our work, especially with problems like this. It's so easy to make a mistake. So wherever I had an x, I'm going to put in a negative 1. So it was 5 times x plus 1, now it's 5 times negative 1 plus 1. Was 10x plus 6, now it's 10 times negative 1 plus 6. So I have negative 5 plus 1 equals negative 10 plus 6. Got that from multiplication. I'm going to simplify. I'm just going to do that by adding. So my negative 5 plus 1 gives me negative 4. Negative 10 plus 6 does as well. That's exactly what I wanted. So it's correct. I've got the right answer. Awesome. So let's take a look at number 2. So number 2 is negative 2 times the quantity x minus 5 equals 12 minus 3x. I have these parentheses and I have to undo those first by using my distributive property. So I'm going to multiply my negative 2 through. Whenever you have parentheses, first thing you want to do is get rid of those. So I'm going to multiply negative 2x minus, because this minus sign comes down, and then negative 2 times 5 just gives me that negative 10x. I've got two minuses, I'm going to simplify. It was negative 2x plus 10 equals 12 minus 3x. So now I've got minus 3x on the right, negative 2x on the left, and I'm going to go ahead and this time I'm going to move my minus 3x, because that way I'll get a positive x on the left. So I do the opposite of minus 3x. I'm going to add 3x. On the right it cancels. It's going to go away. Now I have x plus 10 equals 12. It's a two-step equation again. So I'm going to get rid of my plus 10. I'm going to do that by subtracting 10 on both sides. So then I have x equals 2. I could still have that little 1 if I wanted, but it's implied. So next, I want to check my work. I'm going to plug in 2 wherever I saw an x. So it's negative 2. This was an x, so now it's a 2. Minus 5 equals 12 minus 3 times 2. I'm going to simplify on the left first. So that 2 minus 5 gives me negative 3. So I have negative 2 times negative 3 equals 12 minus 3 times 2. So now I'm going to multiply those. Give me a positive 6 equals 12 minus 3 times 2. Now I'm going to simplify the right. So I've got 3 times 2. It's going to be 6. So I've got 6 minus 12 minus 6. 6 equals 6. That's what I want. So that answer is correct. Awesome. So we've got one more to do together. And then you guys have some on your own. So taking a look at number 3. Again, I've got parentheses. I have to do that distributive property. It's 10 times the quantity x minus 1 equals 3x plus 4. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to multiply my 10 through. So I get 10x minus 10 equals 3x plus 4. Here's my line of symmetry. I want to move my 3x this time. It's a positive, so I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to subtract. So I subtract 3x on both sides. On the right, it's going to cancel. So I have 7x minus 10 equals 4. It's a two-step equation, right? So I want to get rid of my minus 10. I'm going to do that opposite. So I'm going to add 10 on both sides. Cancels on the left. So I have 7x equals 14. That 7 and the x are multiplying, so I'm going to divide on both sides. I get x equals 2. Check our work. So we're going to plug in. I put in 2 wherever I had an x. So it's 10 times the quantity 2 minus 1 equals 3 times 2 plus 4. Let's simplify a bit. It becomes 10 times 1 equals 3 times 2 plus 4. 10 times 1 gives me 10, and then 3 times 2 gives me 6 plus 4. I'm going to combine those. I get 10. That should be an equal sign, shouldn't it? Equals. And that's correct. Awesome. All right, so next slide, I'm going to have you guys do some on your own. If I can get this to erase, there we go. So, number 4 is 8x plus 4 equals 6x plus 10. Number 5 is 5 times the quantity y minus 2 equals 10y minus 15. And number 6 is 7 times the quantity x plus 2 equals 4x plus 20. Go ahead and pause so you can solve these on your own, and then next we'll check answers. Let's check work. So for number 4, you should have gotten x equals 3. For number 5, you should have gotten y equals 1. For number 6, you should have gotten z equals 2. If you didn't get those answers, go back, check your work, see if you can find an easy mistake, or just try the problem again. Now that you know the answer, maybe you can get it. So if you still have questions about this, go ahead and watch the video again. Check out the other resources on the website. You can see me or Mr. Ibanez before or after school, and we will be practicing this tomorrow in class. You can get your questions answered there too. All right,